Patrick Chan joins us now. And Patrick, you have an injury to your left calf muscle. How did it happen, and how serious is it?
Well, it all pretty much started at the camp in Vancouver. And I had a bad case of the flu, and it was really, really bad. It took about 6 weeks to get back to 100%. I believe during that time, my muscle mass had reduced a lot. I lost a lot of weight. So when I came back home, I really tried to push myself, start training again, and I think I pushed myself too hard, too early. So I ended up causing a lot of pain in my left calf doing certain jumps, and I never really thought of it. And then I came home and I realized that I had a tear in my calf and my muscle. So we took the best option, which was to get it treated, catch it early before it gets worse. I could have gone to Russia very easily. I wanted to go really bad. I had to get told that, think reasonably, and you should really think about it. And so I chose to stay back and hold back for a couple.
And you're applauding that decision, Kurt?
Well, I am. I want to make sure that you're healthy and strong. But injury aside, I'm curious to see if your game plan had changed at all this year from last year. I know Gilbert thinks that two guys beating him without a quad is a sin in the sport. And how do you feel about your season?
Well, I mean, we'll see how it goes. I mean, right now the plan is to have the quad. I'm not going to lie, and I can still keep training it every day when my body allows me to.
Yep.
And for sure I have the 2 triple axles in the program, and they're getting more comfortable with me each year, each month. It gets better and better. So the plan hasn't changed very much, even though I pulled out of Russia, and it's stayed the same. And I think it's making me more hungry for Skate Canada to really train hard.
So are you right now chomping at the bit to get going again, or are you enjoying a little bit of peace and quiet? Because that is something at the end of 4 months that you're really going to need going in. What's your mental state like right now?
My mental state is awesome. I'm really glad I can spend time at home. Being in Florida so long, it's hard. It's hard to not be in your own bed. So finally to be able to sleep in my own bed and to see my friends is great. And and it was something I needed. So I think it's, in a way, it's a blessing in disguise, and I'm glad it's bad, but it's also a good thing. And work through these things and find the positive out of it.
Well, CBC.ca had a lot of information about the injury, about your announcement. So for skating fans, that's a big resource for them, for any skating news or information. And joining us once again this year is PJ Kwan. And PJ, you've been chatting with skating fans online. What are they talking about this morning?
Thanks, Brenda. I am thrilled to be back on figure skating with CBC, and you're right, especially since we're making use of all of the technology we have available to us. Just like last year, you can get a hold of me by going on email at sportsweekend@cbc.ca, and of course on Twitter, Skating PJ. And then, of course, there is the live chat that you were talking about that we're doing here all day long, all throughout the competition. We've had hundreds of people signing on. The big question on everybody's mind has been about Patrick Chan. So thanks to Patrick for putting the record straight. Of course, people also want to know about the contenders this year, this being the first event of the Grand Prix. So that's it for me, Brenda. Back to chatting.
Well, we are home to all of the Grand Prix events, including that Grand Prix final in December in Tokyo as well. The Canadian Figure Skating Championships from London, Ontario in January, and then the big one, the World Championships in March from Italy.